Welcome back to the Man Utd stream. Hope you're doing well. It's Friday morning and we are celebrating 2-1 win in Europe. Yes, we are finally cooking. Ruben Amorim got his team to win 2-1 away from home. We haven't won it away from home for such a long time. What a game it was. We are expecting some big games coming forward, but this game was very important for confidence. We're going to be discussing, looking back at this game, we're going to be discussing which player played well and which one was absolutely awful. We're going to be discussing all this and lots more in today's show, so stick around, make sure you hit the like button on this video, and if you're not already a subscriber to the Man Utd stream channel, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button so you can keep up to date with all the latest Manchester United news and more from one single daily dose. But let's kick off today's show with looking back at that 2-1 win last night in Europe. I mean, look, we made it hard work. It wasn't easy. It was a tough game for us. The players just did not look up for it. We knew we were going to be up against it, but Onana giving away the ball and giving away the first goal was not what we were expecting from this United team. Who else wasn't playing up to standard? Well, the usual suspects that we've all been mourning about this season. Marcus Rashford being the number one. Now, look, I don't like picking on Marcus Rashford, but there has to be a time where you've got to be brutally honest with yourself and with the players and with the team, and you've got to be honest as a fan, what you're watching, and you've got to call it out. If you feel that this player, like Marcus Rashford, isn't playing well enough, isn't doing good enough, you should be able to call it out. You should be able to say, look, I don't feel he's playing well enough, and he should know that himself. There's no point beating around the bush, not giving it like it is, trying to cover it all up, because it's not helping him and it's not helping us as a team. So we might as well call it out. And we've been doing this for some time now. We are probably the only channel who've been honest with everybody and said Marcus Rashford is not good enough to be playing for Man United. Now, we're not saying he could never be good to play for Man United, but we're saying that he's not been consistent enough in the last year or two, and that is enough. We've had enough. We need to get rid of him. He might go on to PSG or any other club and smash it. We're not saying that he's not good. We're just saying he's not been good enough for Man United, and we need to make other plans. We need other players who are going to work hard, because this team is all about running, making sure that we back each other up, and Rashford does not do that. We saw it in yesterday's game. He does not work hard enough, and then once he got subbed off and we brought on Mason Mount, we brought on Garnacho and Højlund, what difference it made. It gave us legs. I mean, we just immediately started playing better, and that just tells you how poor Marcus Rashford is. Another player that we've called out many times already this season is Joshua Zirkzee. Now, some fans might not like us saying that. Some fans might be backing him up, saying, why the hell are they picking on Joshua Zirkzee? It's his first season and it takes some time to get used to playing in the Premier League. That's fine. Look, he could have that time. We're just calling it like it is, though. We're saying that he's not got the touch. He's not got the basics to be a good player. That's what we're looking at and seeing. But we might be totally wrong again. We might be completely off the mark. But let us know in the comments below what you think about Joshua Zirkzee. Do you think he's a Man United player? Do you think he's got the basics? Do you think he's got the touch? Do you think he's got the awareness to be playing in that United team? I look at him and I think, he hasn't got the awareness. He's not a clever player to be playing in that position, and he's clunky. We're going to have to say it like it is, even though we're desperate for him to play good and we're desperate for him to do well in this United team. But let's move away from Zirkzee. Hopefully in the future he can become a better player, maybe improve himself, maybe become a player that United can use often. But as things stand, I don't think he's that guy. He's not that type of player, and I think Man United still need to bring in somebody else. But one player that has massively improved under Ruben Amorim is Rasmus Højlund. What a 2-goal brace that was yesterday. Came on and completely transformed the team. And look, we already knew Amad Diallo was having a great game, and he is another player that's been playing really well under Ruben Amorim. And well, he just needs somebody to pass the ball to, and well, Ruben Amorim knew he needed to bring on fresh legs, put in some pace into that team, and hence why he put on Mason Mount, Garnacho and Rasmus Højlund. And Rasmus Højlund, he's just better at positioning himself. He knows exactly where to be, the danger areas, and Zertsky doesn't do that. If you see Zertsky play, he does not get into those danger areas. He's not an out-and-out striker. Whereas Rasmus Højlund, all he thinks about is getting into them right areas and scoring a goal. That's what he is. He's a poacher, and we need someone like that in this team. And without him, we just look toothless. And look, this is a lot of pressure on Rasmus Højlund. He's not meant to be our lead goal scorer. He's not meant to be our leading striker. He was always meant to be a second striker backing up someone who is more senior. But we've not had that senior striker in, and that's been the biggest problem with this United team. And I'm sure Ruben Amorim is scratching his head thinking he needs another striker, but will United be able to afford one? We all know that the financial fair play rules that United are currently struggling with is going to be a huge thorn in the works. They need to get rid of players to bring in players, and that's where Marcus Rashford comes into it again. Marcus Rashford is the most obvious choice of player that we need to sell and bring in somebody else. Hopefully United can work something around this. Look, it's not going to be easy, and Ruben Amorim is not going to have an easy time. We've got Man City coming up on the weekend. It's going to be a huge game. Hopefully United can carry this form into that game. We're going to all be looking forward to that game, so we'll bring another video to you reviewing that match. But up until then, make sure you take care of yourself. Make sure you hit the like button on this video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. You are watching the Man United Stream channel, a channel by the fans for the fans.